Hi guys, welcome. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Welcome home. As always, completely and totally dependent on where you are in relation to these energies, this channel, these messages, and this lifetime. Today I would like to talk to you about the Uranus North Node Mars conjunction that happens on the 1st of August. So it's very exciting. This happens at 18 degrees Taurus. So here's what I'd like to say first. The last time Uranus and Taurus had a cycle was the Great Depression, right? Oh, hello, so fast. Okay. And so keep that in mind, right? Financial things. So let's talk first about Uranus. Uranus is the planet that rules genius, the highest mind, the highest communication, right? So it's about internet, technology. It's that energy of experimentation, right? Where you get to say things like, aha, or eureka. So it's about discovery. It's about innovation. It's about the unexpected, right? It's about change, right? Both the desire for change and the need for change. And what we know about change is that sometimes change shows up as chaos and sometimes it shows up as inspiration, right? And that's okay. The concept of revolution is very Uranian, and I'd like to draw your attention to the root word here, which is re-evolution. Okay? Keep that in mind. So this planet also rules independence and freedom and the wishes for independence and freedom. It rules sovereignty. It rules unpredictability. It is solutions-based energy. It is not traditional in any way. It is divergent from the norm. It is about reformation. It's very outspoken. It can be extreme. It can feel antisocial. It can be labeled as weird or freaky or eccentric, right? But it's always concerned with humanity. Mostly, shall I say that? It's mostly concerned in its highest forms, concerned with humanity. One of the dangers is dispassionate, like detachment to the extreme. Now, well, hello. So, okay, so let's talk about the North Node, right? The North Node is, it's a point, right? It's a long story. It's a mathematically calculated point, and it's about fate and destiny, right? Let's tear that word apart and understand that it's about destination, right? It's about where we are going, our trajectory, North Node. It's about our karma, our karmic path. Our life purpose, right? What we are here to do. And yeah, that's a big deal. And then there's Mars, right? Which is the planet of action and aggression and passion, strength. It can be about conquest and competition. It can be about force. It can be about anger. It can be about 3D energy. It can be about survival and the drive to survive, right? It can be about very energetic, passionate states. It can also be about the power behind a project. It can be about direction, directive, and directness. It can also feel, look at that, sorry. It can also feel thoughtless and rude, right? Now here's the deal. Let's talk about Taurus for half a second here. So Taurus energy is practical. It's about safety. It's about security. It's about conservation. It's about routine and tradition. It's about material states, right? It's about endurance. It's about stamina. It's about investments and possessions. It can be a little self-indulgent. Hello. It also can be about beauty, right? It's ruled by Venus. It's about earthy, sensual pleasures. It's about arts, artisticness, how you are artsy, right? How you create a beautiful environment that is good for all of your senses, right? That sensual experience. It's affectionate, right? It's all those things. Now, all that said, so Wow. Okay. So now here's the deal. So I'm going to also add Saturn's energy in here, and here's why. There's a Saturn-Uranus square that's been contracting and expanding and contracting over the last year-ish. And Saturn is about tradition, right? And it's in Aquarius right now, right? Uranus is the ruler of Aquarian energy. Saturn is all about tradition. It's all about those constructs, right? Saturn is now in retrograde in Aquarius, right? Asking us interchange, right? For outer change. And so that Saturn-Uranus square led us here, right? And there is a very weak square to Saturn right now. So this is a lot of fixed energy that's inviting us to be mindful of our flexibility, right? With this big Uranus North Node Mars conjunction happening so strongly in Taurus, right? Which loves, loves, loves to dig in their heels. So flexibility, right? Bending, not breaking, right? So the concept here is to not become fanatical, right? To not become a malcontent, to not dive into the impersonal or the tactless, because, oh, lovely, because what this conjunction creates is required change in the collective, right? This is about how our collective need for change can either come through in an expression that fulfills our karmic destiny through action, right? Through passion, through the power behind the project, or through force, through aggression, through other means, right? Thoughtless, rude, dispassionate, impersonal, right? We're not, though, those people. We don't have to be those people. And I know that there's a lot of doom and gloom. There's a lot of fires and explosions. There's a lot of volatile and violent predictions and conversation. And guess what? That is one option. It's an option. It's part of a timeline that you get to choose or not choose, right? If you have become a malcontent, if you have become fanatical, if you have allowed yourself to become dispassionate and impersonal and tactless, right? But remember that this energy is stridently about solutions, non-traditional solutions. And the other thing, that we can also witness here is sovereignty, right? Freedom and independence, sovereignty. And the thing is, you can either claim yourself as a powerful creator, or you can claim yourself as a victim of external forces. You cannot claim both. May I please say that again? You can either claim yourself as a sovereign and powerful creator, or you can claim yourself as a victim of external sources. You cannot claim both. You cannot claim both. You cannot claim both. So, in your vision of the collective, is it compassionate? Is it compassionate-led? Right? How can you reevaluate your values? How can you create something sustainable? How can you imagine and innovate an outside-the-box solution that has for the good of all attached to it? How can you become resilient? How can you become self-reliant? How can you step out of that energy of conservation, hoarding, scarcity, and fear, and into that energy of innovation, right? Of sovereignty, of divergence from the traditional, of eccentric with the good of humanity as your goal, right? How can you do that? Guess what? Resistance is painful. Creating new structures is simply a function of witnessing the old structures as needing change, right? This is about, active revision instead of being a victim of revision. Active revision instead of a victim of someone else's vision, right? You get to claim it, you get to choose it, you get to pick the timeline, you get to move forward as inspiration, chaotic inspiration, if that's what makes you happy. You get to re-evolve yourself and find the karmic path that pulls you toward the new, right? The upgraded, the unexpected. You get to be your own eureka. You get to create your own aha. You get to be the discoverer, the genius, the highest mind, the highest communicator. You get to pull your feet up out of the mud and change, right? Isn't that amazing? How can you do that? Well, we have the Chariot and we have the Tower. The Chariot is balanced forward motion, right? Balancing head and heart, balancing logic and feelings. And then the Tower is cataclysmic shift and change. Here's the deal. If you do not balance your progress through minding your head and your heart, right? This is Uranus, Mars, Taurus, North Node energy. Balance your head and heart, or the external forces will do it for you. Be your sovereign creator. Be in control of your progress, or it will be controlled for you, right? We have the Six of Wands, which is victory, right? This is impassioned, heart-led, compassion-based winning, right? This is, look, everyone is celebrating. The Ace of Pentacles, brand new ways of feeling your resourcedness, right? Pentacles is earth, energy. Wands is fire. How can we create something stable that is victorious, right? What is your idea of victory? What is your definition of victory? I ask you, is it where everyone wins, or is it where you win? Good question. We have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Look, this is about moving forward. This is about embodying why you're moving, right? So here we have Mars, right? Action, forward motion, getting things done, impassioned progress, right? The power behind the project. The Queen of Wands is that beautiful, sensual purpose, right? This is how we know what and why we're creating, right? This kitty cat she always has with her is about her intuitively led progress, her inner knowing, her sense of being connected to her own true north. Always, always. Where do you go? Exactly where you're supposed to go, right? Yeah. We have the Empress and the Ten of Wands. The Empress, oh, this is such beautiful energy for here. The Empress is, of course, the sum of all queens, right? This is beautiful feminine energy to insert and balance out all of this 3D energy, right? So the Empress is fertile ground. The Empress is everything that comes toward her takes to fruition, right? This is every seed flourishes. This is really a win for that 3D sensual experience, right? This is the broadest definition of powerful creation. Not forced creation, powerful creation. And the Ten of Wands says, put down anything that is stopping your progress. Put down any idea that isn't supporting what is to come, right? What isn't, like, so the Ten of Wands is about having so many irons in the fire, so many things that lit you up, so many things that you connected to and resonated with, and you just started collecting all of them, right? And so you're trying to carry them all. Not all of them belong to you. You cannot be the project manager for the entire reformation. You cannot recreate everything. You have to offsource. You have to collaborate. You have to trust someone You have to trust someone. That is the expression of compassion, right? New structures don't happen by themselves. If you want to build a new structure, you have to put down some ideas and nonsense that haven't been working, right? So if change is unavoidable, you have to change yourself, right? You have to discern what to put down. You might not be able to control what is chaotic, right? But you can choose to hold that calm center. And the way to hold that calm center is to know what to put down, right? Know what to put down and know what to hold on to. Because what you're holding on to is going to grow. So again, this also wants to say, don't call in the shit show, right? Do not. Eight of Pentacles. This is mastery through repetition. So beautiful. Next to the Ten of Pentacles, right? So this is how you create your mastery, and this is how we create our mastery, right? So this is the me over and over and over again. This is how I do what I do. This is how I do what I do. This is why I do what I do. This is my strong, this is the practice aspect of my impassioned inspiration, right? This is how I do what I do. And this is how we do what we do. Look, y'all, this is, I mean, a glorious, glorious, absolutely glorious reading for this energy. I love it. Divine timing is your timing. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the deal. You can be embroiled in your force, right? Which is trying to push. And guess what? Pushing never works. I mean, it might work for a minute, but it is not sustainable. And here we're looking for sustainable, non-traditional solutions, right? We're looking for compassion. We're looking for the good of all. We're looking for resiliency. We're looking for self-reliance. We're looking for new structures. This is welcome to the new earth, people. This is where we are, right? So let's talk about this deceit card, shall we? And see what the message behind this is. I mean, I think we probably all kind of strongly have an idea, but let's look anyway. Okay, so this is hidden tactics and manipulation. This card comes as a warning that there may be some deception going on in your life. The person hiding behind the curtain is likely someone you know or deal with, either personally or professionally. The duplicity could be regarding a personal issue, like someone spreading rumors or disrespecting you or others. Or it could be a business matter where details are being hidden or even manipulated. Be aware of what is going on in your life. The man behind the curtain is holding a bag of something valuable, so watch your money and your good name. Make sure you have all the information you need to keep things honest and secure. A deeper layer of meaning may be that the deception is actually coming from within. Is there something that you're lying to yourself about? In this case, the bag of valuables you may be holding maybe things like self-esteem, happiness, and leisure time. Whether it's about your life or yourself, remember that the universe has a hard time sending you honoring experiences if your energy is shrouded in self-deceit. Now, listen, please. If you have not, go listen to the Leo New Moon video where we talk about how this Leo New Moon, which coincides with this aspect, right? Just a few days apart, and Jupiter moving into retrograde here, is all about self-focus, self-determination, self-creation, right? Accurate self-assessment about your authenticity, about showing up, right, outside of your fanaticism, outside of your malcontentedness, right, in that energy of being mindful of your flexibility, right, how you feel in relation to the concepts surrounding the predictability, right, of the doom and gloom, the fires and explosions, the volatility and violence. How willing are you to let go of your ideas that surround those ideas, right? How willing are you to step into the fact that you are a sovereign creator and nothing outside of you can affect you if you choose to be a sovereign creator, right? How willing are you to accept that truth? You might not be willing or ready, and that's okay. But if you are willing to accept the fact that you can only be a sovereign creator or a victim of external sources, right? You get to pick, you get to choose. Then you simply have to be about solutions, right? You can't hold on to the structure and say, well, this structure is wrong. That doesn't make sense, right? You can't just keep pointing at it and saying, well, this is terrible, this is terrible. You have to shift into solutions-minded response instead of aggressive reactivity. You have to put down your malcontentedness. You have to put down your concept of impersonal, dispassionate fanaticism and say, how can we come together, right? How can we, perhaps outside of whatever chaos other people believe, how can we hold the calm center and create in that highest good, something sustainable, right? Something in line with your values, something in line with your self-reliance, something in line with your sovereignty, right? Active revisioning. That's what we're doing. Re-evaluation, right? Choose the active path, not the reactive path. Allow Mars to become your driver and not allow yourself to be driven by someone else's something, right? This is a big bunch of energy. Here's the deal. Again, we talk about portals, right? There's a lot of conversation about portal this, portal that. This portal's open, this portal's open. You are the portal. You are the portal. You are always as open as you choose to be. So be in resistance if you choose, but know that that resistance is the source of your frustration, of your malcontentedness, right? Of your pain. So choose to reform, choose to revision, choose to re-evaluate, choose all of those things. It's perfectly fine, and the universe is giving you this energy. How you relate to it is entirely up to you. Choose wisely, right? Choose wisely. Yeah, big blessings, guys. Take care.